Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host, with another marvelous video. When it comes to cartoon shows, many people hold the general perception that the golden era of animated entertainment was in the 90s and even the 80s. And it's not hard to see why. Those 2 decades brought us epic stuff like The Simpsons and TMNT. These shows captured the imaginations of audiences and left an indelible mark on pop culture. However, it'd be a disgrace to overlook the fact that the last 2 decades have also given us some remarkable cartoon shows. With insane advancements in technology, animation has continued to evolve. Today, we have amazing new cartoons with much more creative possibilities. From the early 2000s onwards, this genre of media has gathered dedicated fan bases. These shows have proven that the golden era of cartoons is not confined to a specific time period, but continues to flourish in the present, captivating audiences and reminding us of the enduring power of animated storytelling. So, let's talk about a few of the newer cartoons that we seem to be obsessed with. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Samurai Jack, 2001. When evil forces warp the unfolding of their powers directly to a time when they've already established their force, a Japanese samurai comes forward. Having dubbed himself as Jack, this combat-trained warrior, holding the only sacred sword capable of killing the dark power, is here to tackle the challenges thrown by the malicious shape-shifting wizard, Aku. He must fight his way through aliens, advanced technologies, and other futuristic evil creations, and go back to his own time and stop Aku then and there for good. Samurai Jack has been immensely loved by its viewers, from its animated style, its perfect blend of oriental and electronic music, to the way its dialogue shaped themselves. It's done a fantastic job at depicting its action scenes, all the while taking care to balance the entertaining aspects as well. The original premise and the graphic style and narrative have given this cartoon its trademark, unique spin. If you're into action, sci-fi, traditional Asian combat style, and pulp fantasy, whether a kid or an adult, you'll surely find a thrilling home in this series. The Venture Brothers, 2003. Venture Brothers is about a middle-aged deranged scientist, Dr. Rusty Venture, and his 2 rather idiotic sons who fail to obtain his genius in all possible ways. Then we have a competent yet on a killing streak bodyguard who ensures the boys' safety in all their misadventures by killing threats every chance he gets. And of course, the story will never be complete without a villain, which comes in the form of Doctor's arch-nemesis, the Monarch, and his paramour, Dr. Girlfriend. This story explores the odd group of a father, his 2 sons, and their bodyguard taking on mysterious bases or curious elements of the sea when they're on retrieve from their favorite nemesis. The comedic contrast between the dynamic of these characters drives the humoristic and entertaining force behind this series. With this parody of John Quest, they end up breaking various stereotypes through re-unfolding cliché scenes. The blues and the voices blend well with the plot and the characters. There are a lot of references to early adventure comics and animations. This series contains dark satire, witty humor, and in-depth, well-rounded characters. The animation style essentially captures its spirit and provides it with just the right edge for its rather ambitious twists and turns. You absolutely can't go wrong with this series. Avatar: The Last Airbender, 2005. Once upon a time, 4 kingdoms lived in peace before one of them caught the urge to rule over them all. It's an age-old story, only with a supernatural and magical twist. The people of 4 nations, built on the 4 natural elements, earth, water, fire, and air, can manipulate those elements. However, when Fire Lord Sozin launches a worldwide war to expand his empire, the Avatar, the only one who can master all 4 elements and defeat the Fire Lord, disappears at the most critical time. Now that waterbenders, Katara and Sokka, find the Avatar, Aang, once again, they must find a way to protect him so that he can master all 4 elements and defeat the Fire Lord once and for all. A classic cartoon series, Avatar: The Last Airbender is something that can engage anyone of any range, from kids to adults. It has that perfect combination of entertaining humor and wonderfully animated action scenes that can have any kid glued to their TV screen while incorporating more serious, philosophical, metaphysical, and some of the darker issues of the world to capture the attention of an adult as well, intellectually. The character development of all the characters in this series has won the hearts of people all around the world who turned from the villain of the story to a defender alongside Aang. All you have to be is a fan of good adventures and quests and martial arts with a supernatural twist for you to get hooked on it.
Superior being.
Invader Zim, 2001. What happens when the Invader and the Defender are equally bad in their role? Considered the craziest enthusiast wreckers of their own homes, misfits Zim and Dib find a purpose in each other. Zim, after having nearly destroyed his home planet in his attempt to succeed in a mission, is nearly banished. The shortest Urchin found on the planet Urk, where one's judged based on how tall one is rather than their intellectual wit, Zim finds himself at a constant disadvantage. To get rid of this tiny troublemaker once and for all, Almighty Tall Red and Purple send Zim off on a supposed mission. It's a chance for him to redeem himself, to invade a planet, Earth, they don't even believe exists. Dib, a 10-year-old paranormal enthusiast, however, sees through Zim's schoolboy disguise and takes it upon himself to save Earth from being horrifically invaded. Two outcasts who, despite being zealous about their missions, can't do anything right. What can not go wrong? Invader Zim, with its dark humor, wacky characters, and action-packed sci-fi plot, stole the hearts of its viewers, leaving them heartbroken after it was eventually cancelled for its much too aggressive nature, considering it was to be a children's show. Its stylistic employment of different nuances of color to give it that perfect edge of cute yet creepy, the use of CGI, the dramatic beats thrumming through the action scenes and voiceovers, all of them get together to make this bizarre, off-the-beat series even more of a blast. It's hilarious, it's crazy, and the detailed story behind every new element it introduces will leave your imagination tingling for more. This series comes highly recommended. Justice League 2001. United we stand, divided we fall. What happens when 7 of our favorite superheroes get together to form a team? They become the Justice League. As evil and chaotic forces not only grow in number but also worsen through time, it gets extremely difficult for Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Hulk Girl, and Martian Manhunter to challenge them individually. They decide to come together to form a powerful team that will go against intergalactic forces, crooks, and malicious minds every new day. Justice League is widely loved because of its inclusive nature of each obscure hero and villain who might have gotten ignored in other DC films or shows. This show has adopted a much more adult tone in the cartoon realm. The dialogues are full of emotional depth and wit, and the plotline is well stocked with appropriately proportioned amounts of action, humor, and philosophical elements. This show is much darker in its execution, with villains crossing their limits of craziness and lots of death, wickedness, and mayhem to keep you around.
Nothing! How can I poot? Huh? I'm a skeleton!
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, 2001. An odd combo of a sweet yet stupid boy, Billy, a smart yet cynically grumpy girl, Mandy, and the Grim Reaper himself. A whole lot of things that could go wrong. After losing a limbo match against the two kids, the supreme Grim Reaper is compelled to become their friends. Now, which curious kid will be beneath exploring what must remain uncrossed? Billy and Mandy use the Grim Reaper's magical powers to open up supernatural worlds like the underworld, crawling with grotesque monsters. Practically enslaved to these two troublemakers, the poor Grim Reaper is bound to let the two kids use him to exercise his powers to achieve their desires, inviting all kinds of twists and turns. The perfect foil to each other, Billy and Mandy balance the show wonderfully with sweet idiotic tantrums and grumpy, cynical, and coldly clever ideas. And between these two extreme ends stands our long-suffering Grim Reaper, whom even death can no longer save. Their adventures have won the heart of the audience with its balanced combination of dark humor and twisted portrayals of our most sinister supernatural deviants. The plots, voice acting, animation, and background music have been on point, making it one of the golden cartoon shows of its time. Ben 10, 2005. What happens when a 10-year-old kid gets the power to turn into 10 different alien forms with incredible strengths and tricks up their sleeves? A lot of intergalactic visits. That's what. With his nosy, nerdy sister Gwen to keep him in check and Grandpa Max to look after the duo, their run-ins with run-of-the-mill thugs to powerful alien invaders become an everyday walk around the town. Who hasn't watched Ben 10? Tired from school, with snacks in front of you in the evening or a long weekend marathon, Ben 10 was one of our favorite go-to cartoon shows, with all of its aliens having their personalities and super cool powers that wipe out anyone who dares to bring any harm. The concept of Ben 10 was one of a kind. Honestly, which one of us has never dreamt of owning an Omnitrix one day? The introductory song was one of the best parts of the show, along with its character's design and voice acting. It was hilarious to watch Ben get into all kinds of trouble as a rebellious 10-year-old whose not-so-older cousin Gwen tried to mother him. Ben 10 was all the rage for the 90s kids. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, 2002. Eternia is beyond the rational world of understanding. harboring a life of sorcery, advanced technologies, and myth. Within it, a prince can turn into a warrior with the help of a sword to defend Castle Grayskull from the rising dark forces of Skeletor. Using the universal knowledge hidden long ago by the Elders of Eternia in Castle Grayskull, Masters of the Universe and HeMan come together to stop their malignant foes. Having been a sort of remodeling of the original HeMan and the Masters of the Universe, it continued to be an exciting part of its old viewers' lives. The show took a more mature turn without being inappropriate for children, gaining a broader fan base. Thus, the old characters are given a deeper perspective, the humor remains alive throughout the show, and the updated animation has won hearts. Even the casting of voice actors has been carried out, keeping in mind that the new voices didn't deter too much from the original characters. The cancellation of this series came as a big heartbreak for its fans.
Club and stick, club and smoke.
Adventure Time, 2010. A post-apocalyptic land destroyed thousands of years ago because of the nuclear war, called the Mushroom War, is visited by the odd duo of a young boy, Finn Mertens, and his 28-year-old talking and stretchable dog, Jake. Together, they take over the land of Triple O, or O, and go on quests to save Princess Bubblegum, destroy evil creatures like the Ice King, and make questionable friends. Adventure Time, though sounding quite kiddish, can often take a darker, more mature turn. Seemingly not everybody's stick of candy, pun intended, it might seem absurd, random and full of fillers to some viewers who might question its rating for a kids show. However, if you're in for deeper glace, surreal moments that send your mind buzzing, and a rather off-kill animation, this series is recommended for you. The comedic endings conclude the whole episode with a perfect blend of madness and humor, and who doesn't love a little of both?
Guessing practice!
Gravity Falls, 2012. Twins Dipper and Mabel Pines, the perfect foil to each other, stay with Great Uncle Stan for their summer holidays in Gravity Falls, Oregon, a mysterious town with lurking spooky secrets. Whereas Dipper is nerdy and more into deeper investigations of troubling factors, Mabel provides comic relief by being a sunny, hilarious character who falls in love at the drop of a hat. Together, this duo encounters strange phenomena throughout the summer, and they must devise a way to stop evil, supernatural creatures and people from executing their powers. This series has won over not only kids, but people of all ages. Brilliant capacity to incorporate enticing adventures with the problems that come with growing up, and not simply as a child, but as an adult as well. The characters are flawed, especially, or shall I say particularly, Stan. Still, they eventually find a way to learn from the circumstances they get themselves caught in and from each other, learning courage, cooperation, understanding, and so many more diverse emotional ranges of growth. Gravity Falls falls into the category of cartoon, which cannot be talked about enough. You'll have to see it for yourself. Futurama, 1999. Futurama depicts the story of an unexpected delivery boy who's picked up from his original time on December 31st, 1999, and thrown straight into the future that comes after 1,000 years. And guess what? He remains a delivery boy. Only this time, to twist things up, he works in Planet Express Corporation, a futuristic delivery service that transports packages across all the quadrants of the universe. With the delivery ship's captain, Leela, a one-eyed female alien, and Bender, a flawed robotic dog, many adventures await Philip J. Fry, the delivery boy. This show might as well be about depicting the abnormalities of the corporate world, but with cooler sci-fi references, witty humor, unique characters, and a diverse range of companionship. Its cancellation has chagrined many people who liked it even better than The Simpsons. The voice actors have done a brilliant job portraying their characters, especially those who have voiced more than one character. This show has it all. Dynamic characters who grow on you, hilarious situations, futuristic references, symbolic wit, and the perfect animation that carries it all. It's a show you wouldn't want to miss. Archer, 2009. It's a story of spies causing havoc in each other's lives at an international spy agency, where a crisis becomes an opportunity for its skilled employees to take the other down. Going by the codename of Duchess, Sterling Archer is a master spy who's subjugated by his domineering mother, who's also his boss. In the midst of all this chaos, Archer has a lot to deal with, including his ex-girlfriend, Agent Lana Kane, her current lover, Cyril Figgis, and the simping secretary of his mother, Cheryl. Archer can be not so much of a kids show as you might think. It deals, all in good humor of course, with mature themes in such a witty manner that it becomes more hilarious than offending. Failed spies turned drug dealers, their repartee continues with cleverly constructed, quotable dialogues. Hardly any dull moment to spare as the characters deal with hurdle after hurdle in their own depraved ways. Every character, whether loved or hated, has something fascinating about them. The whole aura of the animation couldn't have fitted more perfectly with the storyline. If you like morally grey spy characters struggling with the wrong side of the world, then this show is the one for you.
Run, Morty! Run!
Rick and Morty, 2013. It's a story of a grandfather and his grandson. Sweet, right? Here's the twist. It's a story of a sociopathic and alcoholic deranged scientist, Rick, who takes dimwit yet morally right 14-year-old grandson Morty to infinite universes full of mayhem and troubles, caused mainly by them. In this show, the ideal relationship dynamic switches sides, the cynical yet dangerously adventurous grandpa being the wild, darker side of our subconscious, and the grandson being the more anxious, deliberate, morally regulated part of our thoughts. This duo sweeps across all kinds of multiverses, time and space, and manages to make every single person they cross absolutely mad. Laughter is born out of chaos as we watch this duo deal with the aftermath, with tender moments and crazy scenes. It's more maturely themed and yet manages to retain that entertainment value that only a cartoon can provide. Rick and Morty is a must-watch. BoJack Horseman, 2014. BoJack Horseman was once a hit everywhere, being a star of a well-loved sitcom and a big celebrity. But the fame, fortune and glory soon receded away, leaving him washed up across the shore with nothing but memories of those glories that kept haunting him. Reduced to being a depressed addict, BoJack once again attempts to get back to the limelight and redeem himself as a person. It's the story of a common occurrence that haunts many of us, to burn bright but once and recede into the shadows forever. BoJack Horseman targets things that are either portrayed as a part of a funny quirk or not portrayed at all, the sensitivity to mental health. It grapples with depression, anxiety, loneliness, and more. It attempts to show us through struggles and failure what the meaning of life is. Although it takes some time to find its rhythm, after some episodes, you can't help but laugh at messy scenarios that form and ponder the philosophical conversations shared between the characters. It's a show one would absolutely love.
We interrupt this program to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage!
Courage the Cowardly Dog, 1999. Underappreciated by the old man and overly loved by his wife, his owners, Courage is a cowardly dog, what the title says, surrounded by supernatural spooky threats. Courage must find a way to override his fear or act despite them to save himself and his oblivious owners from these looming calls of doom. Perhaps the title most rightly depicts the concept as well as its definition, to show courage not as fearlessness, but to act despite being crippled with fear. Whose childhood wasn't haunted by this uncanny, creepy show? Its childishly cartoonish animated style contrasts comically with the scary paranormal events that occur in every episode of the series. Poor Courage goes to extreme lengths to eradicate every troubling, sinister being and restore things to normal before his family senses anything was wrong. Even as a kids show, gave the creeps with how its antagonists were given form, the perfect blending of haunting music and the excellent play of colors to make the whole thing as eerie as possible. Our childhood would be incomplete without this show.
Speaking of school, I still have to pick up a cake for Aunt May before first period. Then it's some hang time with my...
Ultimate Spider-Man, 2012. When Spider-Man finds it challenging to adjust to the superhero life that brings trouble every new day, an opportunity is provided. The chance to become the Ultimate Spider-Man with the help of a training program offered by S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, Peter's challenge lies in forming bonds with the new team of superheroes who will be training alongside him, both as a typical student and a superhero. To step into this new learning program and send villains back to their dens, this journey certainly will not be easy for Parker. This cartoon series has gotten a lot of mixed reviews from its viewers. Some viewers loathe certain aspects of it, like how many times the fourth wall has been broken, how differently Peter Parker has been depicted from what they'd envisioned, or even his character being overshadowed by other major iconic characters like those present in S.H.I.E.L.D. However, many other reviewers have claimed these concerns to be quite dismissive when it's being considered a kids' show. They found the storyline to be darker and more emotional than what they expected, with a Peter Parker that aligns with their visualization of him. The plotline is full of Marvel humor that MCU fans would love to roll over for.
Say hello to my little friend.
The Boondocks, 2005. A somewhat reluctant and grumpy grandfather has to take his two grandsons under his wings as they make a move from their birth city to the quieter shelter of the suburbs. Whereas the elder grandson is inclined toward the social and political structures, the younger brother has been generalized as typical African-American youth who is more into rap music. A war of socio-political ideas is waiting to happen as they meet many bizarre characters around them, where there's a majority of the white middle-upper-class population. Based on Aaron McGruder's comic of the same name, The Boondocks is revolutionary in its political and socio-cultural depiction of African-American people. The exaggerated way of the characters' portrayal relates to the image we've created of the African-American in our minds. The heated clashes poke satire at the social and cultural ills and absurdities we encounter daily. This is a symbolic series that leaves us open to ponder the extremely inflammatory ideas it unapologetically puts forward, and in a way which we can't help but be fascinated by.
Go ahead, try.
Spectacular Spider-Man, 2008. Peter Parker, an orphan who comes to lose his uncle later, lives with his elderly Aunt May. He's living a relatively isolated life when suddenly his world changes as he accidentally becomes part of an experiment that involves the DNA of a spider after he's bitten by one. Having acquired the spider sense qualities and superpowers, he builds a suit for himself to hide beneath as he goes to exercise his powers in the real world to try and put an end to tragedies and crimes. The Spectacular Spider-Man has been very much loved by its viewers among its predecessors. They love the fluid, agile movements of Spider-Man that have been carefully animated. The action scenes that take place, the dynamic, well-rounded, growing character arcs of even the typically ignored bullies, the witty one-liners that bring in the element of humor, and most of all, the characterization of Peter Parker himself. His relationship with his Aunt May is more fleshed out and closer here, and his weird chemistry with a much older or adult Betty is tastefully handled. Overall, for the love of everything marvelous and Spider-Man, this show is spectacular in its true sense. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2012 to 2017. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo are four mutated turtles trained in the martial art of ninjutsu by Master Splinter, their mentor. They have to defeat Master Shredder, Master Splinter's enemy, who has his group of ninjas to train, hidden beneath the depths of New York City. And in the world above the sewers, the troubles of robotic droids, aliens, and missing scientists await to greet them, along with the luminous green matter that caused them to mutate in the first place. This series is a story of the four turtles who deepen their bond with each other as they attempt to find the reason for their existence. TMNT hasn't disappointed its longtime fans, as they were afraid it would. It's kept the show's original spirit very much intact, along with the essence of the characters of the four Ninja Turtles. It was considered as a tribute to the people who had grown up watching the adventures of the four mutant brothers, constantly referring to some of the instances and characters that we've come across in their old shows. The action scenes and the playful bickering among the four turtle ninjas is one of the biggest strengths of the show. It's a treat of nostalgia for all those whose childhood has been entertained by these four heroes, without any drop in quality or the magic and thrill it once used to create.
What? I get a shield? Oh, yeah!
Steven Universe, 2013. Steven Universe tells the story of Beach City, a fictional place guarded by ageless alien warriors, the Crystal Gems, who reside in an ancient temple. They take the form of humanoid women projected from their magical gemstones that work as the core of their existence. Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl are purely crystal gems, whereas Steven is half human and half gem. His powers, inherited from his mother, Rose Quartz, include fusion, fusing one's body with one's identity. His days are full of moments spent with his human dad and friends, as well as other gems, as he tries to figure out his own self and power and the city at the same time. This show consists of themes that go beyond a mere children's show fantasy story. It explores the themes of individuality, shifting perspectives, understanding, and compassion, and more so than others is the very classic struggle between impending doom and their attempts to thwart it. The pastel nuance in this animation soothes the eyes, and the character's design has been crafted brilliantly. It's an adventure in a fantasy world that lives on gags, insightful and humorous one-liners, and the deeper exploration of one's identity as they look within themselves to approach the fringes of conflicts. It has adventure, self-acceptance, and lots of drama and chuckles. Definitely worth a try. Justice League Unlimited, 2004. Justice League Unlimited is a continuation of the Justice League animated series where the founding members of the team are joined by the heroes from the DC Comics universe to demolish the terror of crimes and powerful villains. To anyone who's grown up loving DC Comics and animated Justice League, this show is nothing short of a brilliant get-together of all their favorite heroes in one place, doing what they do best. Each hero gets an equal amount of spotlight and storyline, and each episode finds some connection with the next. It remains a tribute to the comics and its fans all around the world. The story narrative is spectacular, with just the right amount of emotional depth, drama, action, and humor in it. They develop as characters both individually and together, and prove to us again and again why they've been loved so well. The voice actors and animators have, of course, done a marvelous job of bringing out the spirit of this show and immersing its viewers entirely within it.
Perry the platypus,
Phineas and Ferb, 2007. Phineas and Ferb are two kids obsessed with inventing cool things in their extended summer breaks, and Candace, their sister, is obsessed with getting them caught in the act. On the parallel side, their supposedly ordinary, harmless pet is actually a secret agent who's hell-bent on destroying any success rate of the evil plans of scientist Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Sometimes their story intersects and diverges again as everything returns to its original way and the secret of Perry the Platypus remains safe with him. This show has been an integral part of our childhood, always rooting for Phineas, Ferb and Perry, being in awe of all the exciting inventions they made and the adventures they had. Candace, as bad or annoying as she at first seemed, was nothing more than a worried sister, as we find out in later episodes. This show does more than simply let Dr. Doofenshmirtz be the bad guy. His childhood story is enough for us to forget that he's crazy about destroying this world, because somewhere you can understand where this craziness comes from. And of course, it's absolutely adorable seeing him be the best dad for his daughter. Even Perry understands him on some level, seeing as even after being in power, he never really harms Dr. Doofenshmirtz in any lethal way. The show, its OST, and every element of it was more than enough to make our childhood golden.
Robin, now!
Teen Titans, 2003. Here are 5 teenage superheroes, Robin, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, who reside in the Titans Tower in the West Coast haven Jump City. Robin, once Batman's sidekick, has a utility belt and only his mind. All the other members possess unique powers to fight against some of the most powerful villains in the history of villains. However, despite being superheroes, they're still teenagers and must find a way to resolve the issues that trouble any other ordinary teenager too. A unique mixture of Western and Japanese animation without being pretentious in their efforts, Teen Titans pulls off the superhero action and drama part along with the new-gen troubles perfectly, making it a hilarious contrast in some ways, and in others, it gives this show a much more insightful essence. Each character has their own quirks and well-rounded personalities, which are interesting to explore, but are also a reason for the squabbles caused between them, another highlight of the show. They learn to rise above the shadows they've been blended in, especially Robin, as he grows as a leader, friend, and a hero, and accept their flaws and failures and find growth from the same. DC fan or not, as long as you like heroes and adventures and some self-growth with humor and drama, go for it. Ed, and Eddie, 1999. Ed, and Eddie are 3 friends with similar names and interesting personalities. Ed is strong but dumb. Ed is the brains among the 3 and also the one who's the most liked in the cul-de-sac where their story is based. And Eddie takes it upon himself to become the leader of their little group and has a bitter personality. Their goal is to earn jawbreakers, and for this, they get involved in many scams, misadventures, and troubles. Along with them, we have the Kanker sisters, who are not the most liked characters in the show, being ostracized from the whole neighborhood in the cul-de-sac. The show satirically portrays the troubles and the troubling characters of kids around adolescence. We have the good smart Ed, the bad smart Eddie, and the comic's relief character Ed, and other supporting characters like the Kraken sisters and Kelvin, whose actions depict the absurd, trying personalities of kids who are hitting puberty. The bullied bullies and the bullies are also bullied. There are times when there's no sense of gratitude in the characters, and it seems they're constantly scheming something or the other. The watercolor graphics do a fabulous job of catching the essence of the plot, and the voice casting couldn't have been more spot on. This cartoon and its characters are weird, hilarious, and entertaining. It takes some time to catch his vibe, but you get hooked pretty soon. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, 2008. Flapjack is a young boy who incidentally grows up inside a talking whale. He then goes on several sailing adventures with a pirate captain who becomes his mentor and the talking whale who has raised him from birth to search for Candid Island, although his adventures end up going horribly wrong. The animation has been a unique point of this show, with well-structured characters and grotesque and dark and odd elements often popping up now and then. The theme song is catchy, and the voice actors have done a splendid job of adopting the essence of their characters. The humor in the show hasn't been too highly ranked, but it still doesn't fail to bring a chuckle out of you. The characters are weird, uncanny at times, and all too human. However, they do rise to their potential of character growth. In spite of being a bit absurd, dark, and random at times, or perhaps because of it, the show does a wonderful job. Magus XLR, 2004. Magus XLR is a Cartoon Network animated television series developed by Jody Schaefer and George Kirstich. It's an absolute blast from start to finish. This program presents an action-packed and funny journey that'll keep viewers of all ages completely amused by combining aspects of mecha, sci-fi, and humor. The plot centers around two adolescent slackers, mechanic Coop and his best buddy Jamie, who discover a futuristic mecha robot dubbed Megas, mechanized Earth Guard attack system, in a New Jersey junkyard. Coop upgrades Megas and replaces his control center, the head, with a vintage muscle automobile, naming him XLR, Extra Large Robot. They must protect Earth from the deadly extraterrestrial species known as the Glorft, with Megas' original pilot Kiva. The series cleverly mixes the high-stakes battles with tongue-in-cheek humor and pop culture references, creating a unique and engaging experience. Magus XLR is notable for its sarcastic and self-aware style. It revels in big robot battles and spectacular action sequences while never taking it too seriously. The characters are endearing and eccentric, each contributing their own unique humorous touch to the tale. Coop's laid-back demeanor and Jamie's snarky quips make for an ideal comedy pair, while Kiva, Megas' extraterrestrial pilot, adds a touch of seriousness and expertise to the mix. It's a series that'll appeal to lovers of traditional mecha anime and those looking for a pleasant animated experience thanks to its fast-paced plot, charming characters, and witty humor. If you're searching for a crazy and thrilling journey, Magus XLR is definitely worth strapping in for. SpongeBob SquarePants, 1999. SpongeBob SquarePants is a sea sponge that's overly optimistic and zealous when it comes to life, and doesn't really see eye to eye with taking a straight-laced approach to anything. He lives with his other aquatic friends in Bikini Bottom, a small town in the Pacific Ocean. He works for a greedy Eugene Krabs at the Krusty Krab as a cook and lives in a pineapple. Then there's his hard-headed but amiable friend Patrick, a starfish and an octopus neighbor who's all too depressed and sarcastic and dislikes SpongeBob. This series is the story of the misadventures that SpongeBob often digs up for himself, mostly from his very particular way of approaching life. SpongeBob SquarePants had started brilliantly. It wasn't just a kid's haven, but also something people of any age could enjoy, with its lively and starkly nuanced animation, remarkable designs of characters, and well-rounded dynamic personalities provided to the characters, which the voice acting fantastically aligned with. The characters weren't just one-dimensional in their characterization. They all had their good points as well as morally reductive sides. And of course, the theme song was one of the catchiest tunes ever. However, after Season 3, the viewers became disappointed in the declining quality of the show, where the plot lines got too predictable and the characters faded out somehow. However, it still rocked our childhood when it came and remains the ideal cartoon for even today's kids.
I was giving a piano lesson. Stewie, why don't you play in the other room?
Why don't you?
Family Guy, 1999. Family Guy is an American animated sitcom created by Seth MacFarlane for the Fox Broadcasting Company. Since its premiere on January 31st, 1999, it's become a cultural sensation for its wonderfully irreverent animated sitcom. The show centers around the dysfunctional Griffin family, led by the clumsy but well-intentioned Peter Griffin, his patient wife Lois, and their 3 children, the overweight and mentally challenged Chris, the socially awkward and aspiring artist Meg, and the diabolically intelligent baby Stewie. What sets Family Guy apart is its razor-sharp wit and fearless approach to comedy. The show satirizes pop culture, politics, and society standards with abandon, pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in animated television. Its fast-paced wit, peppered with pop culture allusions and self-aware quips, keeps viewers on their toes, with every scene jam-packed with crazy sight gags and creative wordplay. It masterfully balances outrageous comedy with moments of surprising heart, making the characters relatable and likable despite their imperfections. Family Guy isn't for the easily offended, since it frequently dabbles in risque and contentious areas. However, if you prefer sophisticated humor and satire that pushes the boundaries, this animated sitcom is a must-watch.
According to my quadricorder, the energy core should be right behind this door.
Duck Dodgers. 2003. Duck Dodgers is an American animated television series that debuted in 2003. It's a marvelous and adventurous romp through space with our favorite Daffy Duck donning the alter ego of Duck Dodgers. The animated series, set in the 24th and a half century, chronicles the antics of Duck Dodgers and his eager but ignorant sidekick, the enthusiastic and loving Porky Pig, as they rescue the galaxy from various threats. Duck Dodgers is a unique combination of science fiction and classic Looney Tunes humor. The show pays tribute to the Looney Tunes characters while also parodying and spoofing major science fiction series. The writers skillfully infuse each episode with witty dialogue, slapstick comedy, and absurd situations that'll have both children and adults laughing out loud. Furthermore, the show manages to teach several important life lessons through its amusing episodes. Teamwork, persistence, and overcoming difficulties are effortlessly woven into the narrative, making it both entertaining and instructive for younger audiences. Whether you're a fan of classic Looney Tunes, science fiction, or simply looking for a light-hearted and entertaining animated series, Duck Dodgers is a must-watch.
What are you doing here? Explain yourselves.
And I'll see you guys later.
Over the Garden Wall, 2014. Over the Garden Wall is a Cartoon Network animated television miniseries produced by Patrick McHale. It's a fascinating and captivating animated gem that draws viewers in with its unique combination of mystery, fantasy, and heartwarming storytelling. The show follows two brothers, Wirt and Greg, as they embark on a bizarre odyssey across the unknown in an attempt to find their way home, set in a mysterious and colorful environment. Over the Garden Wall storyline is a delicate blend of bright and dark themes. It masterfully balances whimsy and humor with sad and thought-provoking issues. The series delves into issues of identity, grief, and the power of friendship, appealing to both younger and older audiences. What truly distinguishes it is its stunning animation and graphic design. With a warm and nostalgic color palette that inspires a sense of wonder and sorrow, the graphics are reminiscent of old-fashioned fairy tale pictures. The animation's attention to detail, combined with the hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, adds to the series' whimsical aura. Despite its brief running time, Over the Garden Wall explores significant issues like identity, grief, and the power of narrative. The characters are interesting and likable, and the journey is full of joyful and tragic moments that'll tug at your emotions. Whether you enjoy animation or a well-crafted tale, this show is a must-watch that'll transport you to a world brimming with magic, charm, and unforgettable characters.
Go to the moon!
Where'd he go?
Regular Show, 2010. The show revolves around the lives of two best friends, a blue jay named Mordecai and a raccoon named Rigby, who work as groundskeepers at a park. However, their seemingly ordinary job takes them on extraordinary adventures. Throughout the series, Mordecai and Rigby encounter surreal and supernatural elements, engaging in bizarre quests and facing eccentric characters. Alongside their friends, such as a yeti named Skips and a gumball machine called Benson, Mordecai and Rigby navigate the challenges of work, friendship, and growing up while exploring the absurd and unpredictable world of Regular Show. Regular Show 2010 has left an indelible mark on both critics and audiences, establishing itself as a cult favorite. With its unique blend of offbeat humor and fantastical adventures, the show received widespread acclaim. Critics praised its clever writing, relatable characters, and nostalgic nods to pop culture. The series' distinctive animation style, catchy soundtrack, and clever pop culture references have struck a chord with viewers of all ages. The dynamic duo of Mordecai and Rigby, their hilarious banter, and their knack for getting into absurd situations have made them fan favorites. The Loud House, 2016. Chris Savino's The Loud House made its debut in 2016. The show centers on the life of 11-year-old Lincoln Loud, who shares a chaotic home with 10 of his sisters. Due to the distinctive personalities and interests of each sister, there are funny and realistic sibling relationships. Lincoln, who's the only brother, manages the difficulties of growing up in a big family while juggling friendships, academics, and household chores. Savino talks about how he took inspiration for the show from his own family, so let's become a little nosy and find out about his childhood. So, what's the secret behind its popularity? Well, picture this. A lively household with 11 boisterous sisters, each with their own quirks and adventures. It's a recipe for laughter and mayhem. The show effortlessly balances heartfelt moments with zany antics, creating a winning formula that keeps viewers hooked. But it's not just the humor that sets it apart. The Loud House champions themes of love, friendship, and understanding, serving up valuable life lessons disguised as riotous entertainment. The show is going strong with its 7 years of running and many more ahead.
Like I asked you not to tell me that!
What's new, ScoobyDoo? 2002 breathed fresh life into the beloved franchise. The show follows the iconic Mystery Inc. gang, ScoobyDoo, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, and Daphne as they embark on thrilling mysteries across the globe. From haunted castles to spooky amusement parks, each episode presents a new puzzling case for our sleuths to solve. With their trusty van, the Mystery Machine, and Scooby's insatiable appetite for snacks, the gang unravels perplexing clues, encounters suspicious characters, and faces spine-chilling monsters. This incarnation of ScoobyDoo retains the classic elements that fans adore, including the timeless humor, quirky character dynamics, and the unforgettable catchphrases. What's New, ScoobyDoo swooped onto our screens in 2002, and boy, did it leave a lasting impression. Critics couldn't resist the charm of this animated gem, praising its clever writing and nostalgic appeal. Audiences, both young and young at heart, couldn't get enough of the gang's hilarious escapades and hair-raising mysteries. The show is special because it effortlessly balances the familiar formula, meddling kids, a cowardly but lovable Great Dane, and masked villains, with a fresh and vibrant energy. We get to join them on globe-trotting adventures filled with humor, catchy tunes, and updated animation. Wolverine and the X-Men, 2009. Wolverine and the X-Men takes us on an exhilarating journey into the world of mutants. The story kicks off with an explosive event that splits the X-Men apart, leaving Wolverine in a leadership role as he tries to bring the team back together. Facing threats from both humans and mutants, Wolverine must navigate treacherous alliances and uncover a conspiracy that could have dire consequences for all. The series expertly weaves intricate plot lines, showcasing the struggles and conflicts faced by mutant kinds. As Wolverine battles his own demons, he also confronts formidable adversaries like Magneto and the Brotherhood of Mutants. Wolverine and the X-Men clawed its way into our hearts in 2009 and left fans begging for more. Critics hailed this animated series for its mature storytelling and captivating plot lines that struck a chord with both die-hard fans and newcomers to the X-Men universe. What truly makes Wolverine and the X-Men special is its ability to delve into the core of what it means to be a mutant, to fight for justice, and to embrace diversity. It's a wild ride filled with mutant powers, explosive conflicts, and unexpected twists, all while exploring the deep bonds of friendship and the strength of the X-Men family. XMen Evolution, 2000. This awesome animated series, which aired from 2000 to 2003, introduces us to a group of mutant teenagers navigating the treacherous waters of high school at Bayville High. We're talking about Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Rogue, and Storm, among others, rocking their mutant powers and dealing with all the teenage drama you can imagine. Imagine studying for a math test while trying to hide your laser eyes, or dealing with a crush while accidentally absorbing their memories. But it's not all about school drama. These cool mutants face off against the Brotherhood of Mutants, led by the ever-charismatic Magneto. XMen Evolution is a show that took the mutant world by storm and left fans begging for more. Critics praised its unique approach to the X-Men universe, blending teenage drama with superhero action. The series captured the hearts of both die-hard comic book fans and newcomers, with audience reviews raving about its engaging storylines, relatable characters, and incredible animation. The animation style brought the characters to life in a visually stunning way, with dynamic action sequences and detailed character designs. Each mutant's unique powers were showcased with impressive visual effects, from Cyclops' optic blasts to Rogue's energy-draining abilities.
Okay! And today you'll hear how this hero, who could be
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, 2001. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law is a critically acclaimed adult animated comedy series that premiered in 2001. The show revolves around the title character, Harvey Birdman, a former superhero turned defense attorney who represents various Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters in absurd legal cases. Each episode features Harvey navigating outrageous courtroom battles, defending characters like Fred Flintstone, Yogi Bear, and ScoobyDoo against bizarre charges. With his trusty sidekick Peanut, an accident-prone bird, Harvey untangles convoluted legal predicaments while facing off against eccentric prosecutors and judges. The show's witty writing, pop culture references, and colorful cast of characters create a delightful blend of nostalgia and humor. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, has become a cult favorite for its offbeat storytelling and clever parody of the legal genre. The series cleverly combines elements of classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons with a satirical and irreverent twist. The ability of the show to use well-known characters like ScoobyDoo and Fred Flintstone and put them in ridiculous courtroom scenarios has generated hysterical laughter. It's a beautiful convergence of nostalgia for childhood with humor from adulthood that appeals to viewers. Clifford the Big Red Dog, 2000. Clifford the Big Red Dog is a beloved children's book series written by Norman Bridwell, which was adapted into an animated television series in 2000. The show revolves around the adventures of Emily Elizabeth, a young girl, and her extraordinary pet, Clifford, who happens to be a gigantic red dog. Clifford grows from a small puppy into an enormous canine, thanks to the love and care of Emily and her family. The heartwarming series explores the challenges and joys of owning such a colossal pet, as Clifford's size often leads to amusing and sometimes chaotic situations. Clifford the Big Red Dog 2000 has left an indelible paw print on the hearts of both critics and audiences, solidifying its place as a beloved children's show. The critical reception was positively glowing. See what we did there? With reviewers praising its charming animation, endearing characters, and valuable life lessons. So, what makes Clifford the Big Red Dog so special? It's the sheer magnitude of Clifford himself. Who could resist a lovable, gigantic canine companion? His immense size adds an extra dose of excitement and humor to each episode. In a nutshell, Clifford the Big Red Dog has earned its wagging tails of approval through its delightful storytelling and irresistible charm. Star Wars Clone Wars, 2003. Star Wars Clone Wars, originally airing from 2003 to 2005, serves as an interlude between Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Set during the legendary Clone Wars, the series showcases the conflict between the Galactic Republic, led by Jedi Knights, and the Separatist Alliance, led by Count Dooku and General Grievous. Spanning 25 episodes, the show delves into the epic battles and untold stories of key characters like Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Padme Amidala. Star Wars Clone Wars 2003 is an animated gem that catapults viewers into the heart of the legendary Clone Wars. This show not only captivated fans but also received critical acclaim for its engaging storytelling and stunning animation. It explores the evolution of Anakin's character, his growing mastery of the Force, and his complex relationship with his Padawan, Ahsoka Tano. The show also highlights the strategic brilliance of General Grievous and provides a deeper understanding of the Clone Wars era, expanding upon the events leading to the fall of the Jedi Order and the rise of the Sith. So, are you with the Force this time?
Point that fried thing at me. Oh, jeez.
Quickly, Carl! The ray is
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, 2000. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, created by David Willis and Matt Maiellaro, is a surreal and absurd animated television series that premiered in 2000. The show revolves around the adventures of three anthropomorphic fast food items living together as roommates in New Jersey: Master Shake, a self-proclaimed leader, and Milkshake, Frylock, a highly intelligent box of French fries, and Meatwad, a naive and shape-shifting ball of meat. The Aqua Teens find themselves embroiled in bizarre and often nonsensical situations, encountering eccentric characters and supernatural phenomena. Aqua Teen Hunger Force has garnered a dedicated cult following for its irreverent humor and unconventional storytelling, making it a standout in the realm of adult animated comedy. With each episode presenting a self-contained story, the series combines elements of comedy, science fiction, and surrealism, incorporating pop culture references and social commentary. Aqua Teen Hunger Force has captivated audiences with its unapologetic quirkiness, transforming fast food items into iconic and lovable characters. So grab a milkshake, a box of fries, and a ball of meat, and dive into the wacky world of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You won't regret it. Fillmore, 2002. Fillmore takes viewers on an enthralling journey into the world of ex-middle school safety patrol. The show follows the adventures of Cornelius Fillmore, a former delinquent turned model student, and his trusty partner Ingrid Third, a brainy and observant newcomer. Together, they navigate the hallways, lockers, and classrooms, solving various crimes and mysteries that plague their school. From stolen test answers to missing mascot costumes, Fillmore and Ingrid use their sharp intellect and sleuthing skills to uncover the truth. Drawing inspiration from classic detective stories, Fillmore weaves engaging storylines, witty dialogue, and memorable characters into its narrative fabric. With its clever blend of comedy, mystery, and an exploration of the complexities of teenage life, Fillmore has left an indelible mark on viewers, presenting a refreshing and entertaining take on the world of middle school crime solving. It's the way it takes the familiar setting of a middle school and transforms it into a vibrant world of crime solving, where hallway politics and cafeteria conundrums become thrilling mysteries to unravel that impresses audiences and critics equally. I mean, who doesn't like little middle school feuds and tween detectives sometimes? The Legend of Korra. 2012, The Legend of Korra serves as a sequel to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Set 70 years after its predecessor, the story follows Korra, a headstrong and determined avatar from the Southern Water Tribe. Korra embarks on a journey to master the art of bending the elements and uphold balance in a rapidly changing world. The series explores Korra's struggles as she faces political unrest, spiritual turmoil, and anti-bending movements that challenge her beliefs and abilities. Throughout her journey, Korra confronts formidable adversaries, including the masked Amon, the anarchist Zahir, and the tyrannical Kuvira. The Legend of Korra 2012 took the world by storm, becoming a true phenomenon that left fans bending with excitement. Korra's journey from a brash and impulsive avatar to a wise and compassionate leader struck a chord with viewers who were drawn to her relatability and growth. With its rich character development, intricate plot lines, and thought-provoking themes of identity, prejudice, and social change, The Legend of Korra captivated audiences and cemented its place as a worthy continuation of the beloved Avatar universe. The Legend of Korra proved that lightning can strike twice, enchanting fans of all ages and bridging the generational gap between longtime Avatar enthusiasts and newcomers to the franchise. Kim Possible. 2002. Kim Possible, created by Bob Schooley and Mark McCorkle, premiered in 2002. The show revolves around the adventures of Kim Possible, a high school student who balances her daily life as a teenager with her secret identity as a skilled crime-fighting agent. Assisted by her best friend, Ron Stoppable, and his pet naked mole rat, Rufus, Kim takes on various villains, including the diabolical Dr. Draken and his sidekick, Shigo. The show's engaging storyline showcases growth as a character, highlighting her bravery, resourcefulness, and determination to save the day. Kim Possible 2002 has left an indelible mark on both critics and audiences, earning widespread acclaim for its captivating meld of action, humor, and relatable high school characters, because we all go through it at some point in our lives. The show's catchy theme song has become too iconic for us to miss it, to be honest. Throughout the series, Kim faces numerous challenges, from foiling evil plots to navigating the complexities of teenage life. So, whether you're a crime-fighting hero or just a regular high school student, this show is definitely worth adding to your watch list.
Now what?
Harvey Beaks. 2015. Harvey Beaks, created by C.H. Greenblatt, is yet another Nickelodeon show. The titular character, Harvey, a kind-hearted and well-meaning bird, constantly seeks adventures in the magical and whimsical world of Little Bark Grove. Harvey, along with his mischievous friends, Fee and Foo, explores the boundaries of childhood, friendship, and imagination. The series beautifully captures the essence of innocence and the challenges of growing up as Harvey navigates through various escapades, life lessons, and encounters with eccentric characters like the overly cautious Piri Piri, the free-spirited Claire, and the misanthropic Randall. Harvey Beaks, 2015, has won the hearts of both critics and audiences with its clever writing and relatable themes. Audiences have embraced Harvey and his friends, Fee and Foo, for their adorable and endearing personalities. The show's positive messages about friendship and self-discovery struck a chord with viewers of all ages. The delightful characters and their misadventures in the enchanting world of Little Bark Grove have become a source of joy and escapism for fans. On the days you feel low, the show highlights the importance of embracing one's true self, making it a cherished show for viewers of all ages. So, buckle up for a whimsical journey that'll leave you smiling from beak to beak. Time Squad. 2001. Time Squad follows the adventures of a unique team known as the Time Squad, consisting of Buck Tud Russell, a rough and tough space marine, Larry 3000, a sophisticated robot, and Otto Osworth, a young history enthusiast. Tasked with correcting historical discrepancies and preserving the integrity of time, the Time Squad travels through various eras to fix any deviations caused by time travelers. Each episode presents a new mission, as the squad encounters famous historical figures like Napoleon Bonaparte, Leonardo da Vinci, and George Washington. What makes Time Squad truly special is its ability to seamlessly blend history and comedy. The show manages to educate viewers about significant historical figures and events while maintaining a light-hearted and humorous tone. It delivers fascinating facts in a fun and accessible way, making learning enjoyable for both children and adults. Moreover, the show's imaginative time travel adventures allow for creative storytelling, allowing viewers to experience historical moments from a fresh and entertaining perspective. Through their humorous and often chaotic encounters, the team strives to ensure that history remains on its intended course, bringing education and entertainment together in an exciting time-traveling adventure for viewers of all ages. Oswald, 2001. Oswald is a 26-episode show about a lovable blue octopus. Set in the quaint big city, the show follows Oswald and his friends as they navigate the challenges of everyday life, teaching valuable life lessons along the way. The series showcases Oswald's endearing personality as he tackles relatable issues such as friendship, sharing, and problem-solving. Oswald's cheerful demeanor and positive outlook make him an appealing role model for young viewers. With his loyal pet dog, Weenie, and an array of colorful characters including Daisy the Flower, Henry the Penguin, and Madame Butterfly, Oswald embarks on delightful escapades and encounters various opportunities for growth and learning. Oswald is single-handedly considered to be one of the greatest shows that 2001 had offered. Audience reviews have been overwhelmingly positive, with many viewers praising Oswald's infectious optimism and the show's ability to spark imagination and creativity. The combination of memorable characters like Daisy, Henry, and Madame Butterfly has captivated audiences and transported them to a world brimming with warmth and laughter. Come on now, we're sure that you remember the famous 2 marshmallows, no more no less bit by Henry the Penguin. Oswald blends heartwarming storytelling with imaginative visuals, making it a delightful and educational series for children of all ages. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, 2004. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, a beloved animated series that premiered in 2004, tells the heartwarming story of a young boy named Mac, who creates an extraordinary world for imaginary friends. In a world where these imaginative beings exist, Mac's parents force him to part with his own imaginary friend, Blue. Instead of being abandoned, Blue finds solace in Foster's Home, a sanctuary where abandoned imaginary friends are welcomed. The home is run by the kind and wise Madame Foster and her granddaughter, Frankie. Each episode follows Mac's adventures as he visits the home and just hangs out with his friends. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends ran for a whole entire 6 seasons, and it's not hard to see why. The show's premise was pure genius. Who wouldn't want to live in a world where imaginary friends are real and have a place to go when they're no longer needed? This imaginative concept allowed for limitless possibilities and hilarious scenarios. The characters themselves were wonderfully developed, each with their own quirks and lovable traits. From the mischievous Blue to the nurturing Madame Foster, the cast was a joy to watch. Parents simply couldn't stop their kids from watching this heartwarming show. Powerpuff Girls, 1998. The Powerpuff Girls, created by Craig McCracken, premiered in 1998 and captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. The show revolves around 3 superpowered kindergartners named Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who were accidentally created in a laboratory by Professor Utonium. Gifted with extraordinary abilities, the girls dedicate themselves to fighting crime and protecting the fictional city of Townsville from various villains and monsters. Each character possesses unique traits. Blossom is the leader, Bubbles is the sweet and sensitive one, and Buttercup is the tough and tomboyish fighter. Together, they form an unstoppable trio, combating the likes of Mojo Jojo, him, and Fuzzy Lumpkins. The Powerpuff Girls continues to charm audiences of all ages. The show's humor appealed to viewers with its clever pop culture references, quirky villains, and hilarious one-liners that became instant classics. Alongside their superhero adventures, the series also explores their lives as regular schoolgirls, emphasizing themes of friendship, sisterhood, and girl power. Audiences were captivated by the balanced crime-fighting duties and challenges of everyday life. What sets the Powerpuff Girls apart is its celebration of girl power, teaching young viewers that girls can be strong, smart, and capable of saving the day. Let's be real here. Powerpuff Girls walked so the Power Rangers could run.
Give me an all! Give me an all! Oh! Give me an M!
House of Mouse, 2001. House of Mouse is set in the titular House of Mouse, a popular nightclub for Disney characters. The show follows Mickey Mouse and his friends as they run the establishment and entertain their guests. Each episode showcases a variety of beloved Disney characters such as Donald Duck, Goofy, and Minnie Mouse, who gather to watch cartoons and participate in live performances. However, the main plot revolves around the challenges faced by Mickey and his crew in maintaining the club's success while dealing with various mishaps and unexpected guests. House of Mouse was a wildly entertaining and nostalgic animated series. The show's exceptional attention to detail impressed critics and viewers alike, from the tiny Easter eggs hidden in the background to the hilarious cameos by obscure Disney characters. Every frame was packed with Disney magic. The show's ability to seamlessly switch up iconic characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy with more modern additions like Stitch and Simba was a stroke of genius. It celebrated Disney's rich history while also embracing new favorites, ensuring that fans of all generations felt a sense of belonging in the House of Mouse. Tracy McBean, 2001. Tracy McBean is an Australian children's television series that originally aired in 2001. The show follows the imaginative and resourceful Tracy McBean, a 12-year-old inventor with an insatiable curiosity and boundless creativity. Each episode explores Tracy's adventures as she concocts inventive solutions to everyday problems, often resulting in unpredictable and hilarious outcomes. Tracy's inventions range from a teleportation machine to a shrinking ray, which she uses to navigate the challenges of school, family, and friendships. The series showcases Tracy's determination, problem-solving skills, and resilience as she learns important life lessons along the way. Tracy McBean is truly special with its ability to ignite the spark of imagination in every viewer. Tracy's incredible inventions, from her time-traveling toaster to her ingenious mind-reading hat, had us all dreaming of creating our own crazy contraptions. The show's attention to detail was impeccable, showcasing the intricate workings of Tracy's inventions that left us in awe. But it wasn't just the gadgets that stole the spotlight. Tracy's infectious enthusiasm and unwavering determination inspired us to believe in our own abilities and embrace our quirks.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo!
Generator Rex, 2010. Generator Rex is set in a post-apocalyptic world where a mysterious event called the Nanite Event has unleashed microscopic machines known as nanites, granting extraordinary powers to some individuals while turning others into dangerous EVOs, exponentially variegated organisms. The story centers around Rex Salazar, teenager with the ability to control his nanites, allowing him to manifest incredible weapons and abilities from his body. As an agent for the organization Providence, Rex embarks on missions to contain and cure the EVOs, battling dangerous creatures and unraveling the secrets behind the nanite event. Generator Rex, 2010, was an absolute hit, winning over both critics and audiences with its thrilling storyline and dynamic characters. The witty banter between Rex and his allies provided much-needed comic relief, adding a layer of fun and charm to the series. The show keeps you on the edge of your seat, constantly surprising you with its twists and turns. The show's engaging mythology and character arcs made it all the better. The series delves into the consequences of unchecked power. Rex's journey of self-discovery and his efforts to save humanity make Generator Rex a captivating and thought-provoking animated series. Bob's Burgers, 2011. Bob's Burgers premiered in 2011 and has since captured the hearts of viewers with its quirky humor and lovable characters. The show revolves around the Belcher family, consisting of Bob, the dedicated but eccentric father and owner of the struggling burger joint, his ever-supportive wife Linda, who embraces her artistic side, and their three unique children: Tina, an awkward but confident teenager; Gene, a free-spirited and musically inclined young boy; and Louise, the cunning and mischievous youngest sibling. Together, they navigate the challenges of running a small business, dealing with rivalries, and embracing their unconventional way of life. Bob's Burgers, 2011, has achieved a cult following and critical acclaim, solidifying its status as an animated gem. Critics have lauded its witty and clever humor, with the New York Times praising its subversive wit and Entertainment Weekly hailing it as a deliciously absurd comedy feast. From Tina's iconic one-liners about her butts and awkward teenage experiences to Gene's endless enthusiasm for his keyboard and Louise's mischievous yet lovable nature, each member of the Belcher family brings their own unique charm to the table. Bottom line, everyone loves good old burgers. Chowder, 2007. Chowder, 2007, is a 3-season television series that revolves around the culinary adventures of a young apprentice chef named Chowder. Set in the fantastical city of Marzipan, the show follows Chowder as he works under the guidance of his mentor, Mung Dal, a skilled chef and owner of a catering company. Each episode delves into a world of cooking, where Chowder finds himself entangled in hilarious mishaps and culinary disasters. From battling monstrous ingredients to creating bizarre recipes, Chowder's enthusiasm and zest for cooking often land him in amusing predicaments. Chowder delivers a delightful blend of comedy and culinary escapades that will leave viewers and critics hungry for more. Alongside Mung Dal, Truffles, the company's strict and no-nonsense cashier, and Schnitzel, a rock monster, and the team's laborious assistant, Chowder learns valuable lessons about friendship, dedication, and the art of culinary mastery. Chowder became a sensation because it dared to be different, infusing a generous pinch of laughter into the world of cooking. It's a delightful escapade that tickles the taste buds and leaves you hungry for more animated goodness. So, grab your apron and join the kitchen chaos. This show guarantees a recipe for laughter that'll leave you craving seconds. Bon appetit. Dragon Booster, 2004. Dragon Booster, set in the futuristic world of Draconis, follows the journey of a young boy named Arthur Penn, who discovers a rare and powerful dragon called Bocephalus. Arthur becomes the legendary Dragon Booster, a hero chosen to protect the city from evil forces. The show delves into the ancient prophecy of a mythical dragon-human bond and the battle between good and evil. As Arthur embraces his destiny, he learns about the rich history of dragon racing and the secret societies that control it. Alongside his friends, Arthur competes in exhilarating dragon races while uncovering the truth about his father's mysterious disappearance. Dragon Boosters roars onto the screen with a fiery blend of fantasy, adrenaline-pumping races, and unforgettable characters. This animated gem has managed to capture the hearts of both critics and audiences alike. The critical reception was overwhelmingly positive, praising its innovative concept and engaging narrative. Audiences were quick to hop on the Dragon Booster bandwagon, immersing themselves in the thrilling dragon races and the mysterious world of Draconis. The show doesn't feel like a drag-on because you won't be able to take your eyes off of it.
I'm white with my teeth.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Clarence, 2013. Clarence, created by Skylar Page, premiered in 2013 on Cartoon Network. The show revolves around the adventures of a spirited, optimistic, and imaginative 9-year-old boy named Clarence. Set in the fictional town of Aberdale, the story primarily focuses on Clarence and his best friends, Jeff and Sumo, as they navigate the ups and downs of elementary school life. The series beautifully captures the essence of childhood, highlighting the innocence, curiosity, and boundless energy of Clarence as he fearlessly explores the world around him. Clarence quickly became a fan favorite for its hilarious one-liners. It was like reliving the best moments of our own childhoods through the eyes of Clarence and his friends. Clarence is one sassy guy who can't help but blurt out things like, "Dude, you're like a potato with too many eyes," or "Sumo, you're like the opposite of grape soda." From unconventional dialogues to unexpected encounters, the show embraces the everyday joys and challenges faced by Clarence and his friends. With its relatable characters, heartfelt storytelling, and delightful humor, Clarence serves as a heartwarming ode to the wonder and magic of childhood adventures.
In the title.
DuckTales, 2017. DuckTales 2017 is an animated series that took flight on Disney XD. The show reimagines that beloved classic from the late 80s. It follows the adventure-seeking billionaire Scrooge McDuck, who rekindles his relationship with his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The trio embarks on thrilling escapades across the world, unlocking ancient mysteries and facing formidable adversaries. The narrative delves into Scrooge's quest for even greater wealth, balanced with the importance of family bonds and personal growth. As the Duck family unearths long-lost artifacts, mythical creatures, and hidden treasures, they also face the ominous threat of the shadowy organization Fowl. DuckTales 2017 has taken the world by storm, quacking up critics and audiences alike. With a nostalgic twist and a boatload of fun, this reboot has soared to new heights. Critics praise its witty writing, stunning animation, and heartfelt storytelling. Audiences can't help but sing its theme song on repeat, eagerly awaiting each new episode. The show is also famous for characters like Launchpad McQuack and Mrs. Beakley. With its blend of humor, heart, and nostalgic charm, DuckTales captures the imagination of both longtime fans and a new generation of viewers. I mean, everyone likes rich and smart animated animals. Totally Spies, 2001. Totally Spies, 2001, follows the exciting lives of 3 high school girls, Sam, Clover, and Alex, who are secretly undercover spies. The girls lead double lives as they balance their ordinary teenage existence with their extraordinary spy missions. Recruited by the mysterious WHOOP, World Organization of Human Protection, they travel the world to thwart evil masterminds and save the day. Equipped with high-tech gadgets, stylish spy outfits, and their unique skills, the trio faces a wide range of challenges, from battling mad scientists and villains to protecting important artifacts, and even preventing global catastrophes. Critics praise the show for its engaging storylines, vibrant animation, and clever pop culture references. Audiences, particularly young girls, embrace the show's relatable characters. catchy theme song, and fabulous spy gadgets. The series stood out with its empowering portrayal of the three main characters who were not only fashion-forward, but also smart, resourceful, and fearless. The show's ability to balance high-stakes spy missions with the everyday struggles of teenage life added depth to the storytelling. Teenage drama always keeps us on the edge of our seats. Kung Fu Panda: Legends of Awesomeness, 2011. Kung Fu Panda: Legends of Awesomeness, 2011 expands upon the epic world introduced in the popular Kung Fu Panda films. The show follows the further adventures of the lovable Po, the Dragon Warrior, as he navigates his life as both a Kung Fu master and the protector of the Valley of Peace. Po, along with his fellow Furious 5 warriors, Tigress, Monkey, Crane, Viper, and Mantis, faces new challenges, villains, and comedic situations. The series delves into Po's growth as a hero, exploring his training, self-discovery, and the development of his unique Kung Fu skills. Kung Fu Panda: Legends of Awesomeness has received widespread praise from both critics and audiences, solidifying its place as a beloved animated series. Combining the humor and charm of the Kung Fu Panda films, the show captured the hearts of viewers young and old. As Po faces a variety of adversaries, both supernatural and ordinary, he learns valuable lessons about bravery, friendship, and finding one's true inner strength. What makes the show truly special is its ability to expand the rich world of the films, introducing new villains and the absurd situations they end up leading Po to. You know it's a Get Set Po from our side on this one.
It's a baby! Uh-oh.
Codename Kids Next Door, 2002. Codename Kids Next Door, 2002, revolves around a secret organization of kids dedicated to fighting against adult tyranny and oppression. The show follows 5 main operatives: Number 1, Nigel; Number 2, Hoagie; Number 3, Cookie; Number 4, Wallaby; and Number 5, Abigail, as they take on a variety of missions to protect the rights and freedom of children everywhere. Led by the enigmatic Supreme Leader, the kids next door face formidable adult villains, such as the delightful children from down the lane and the Toiletnator. The show is a fan favorite because each episode presents unique challenges, ranging from rescuing confiscated toys to thwarting adult schemes, all while highlighting the importance of childhood and the spirit of rebellion against unfair rules. It captures the imagination of young viewers and resonates with their desire for independence and a world where kids rule. The series became popular for its delightful mix of kid-friendly comedy, thrilling missions, and the endearing camaraderie among the main characters. We would watch anything that would give us a chance to recreate a fuller and more awesome childhood in our heads.
Oh, don't worry. I will!
Danny Phantom, 2004. Danny Phantom, 2004, showcases the thrilling adventures of Danny Fenton, a high school student who gains ghost powers after an accident in his parents' ghost hunting laboratory. With the ability to transform into a ghostly superhero, Danny takes on the mantle of Danny Phantom and dedicates himself to protecting his town from menacing ghosts and supernatural threats. Balancing his secret identity as a ghostly hero and his everyday teenage life, Danny faces a range of challenges, including battling powerful ghost villains, navigating school, and grappling with his own powers and responsibilities. Danny Phantom gained mass critical acclaim due to its character-driven storytelling, tackling themes of identity, acceptance, and the importance of using one's powers for good. Alongside his friends Sam and Tucker, Danny explores the ghostly realm, uncovers mysteries, and develops his skills as a ghost hunter. Danny struggles with fitting in, managing his time, and keeping his secret identity hidden from his friends and family. His desire to be accepted by his peers and his fear of being seen as different are universal themes that resonate with viewers. The show effectively portrays the conflicts and insecurities that teenagers experience, making Danny's journey all the more relatable and endearing.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Rise, body, rise!
As Told by Ginger, 2000. As Told by Ginger, 2000 is a show about the life of Ginger Footley, an introspective and socially awkward teenager navigating the ups and downs of adolescence. Set in the fictional town of Sheltered Shrubs, the show follows Ginger as she copes with the challenges of school, friendships, and family dynamics. Ginger's diaries serve as a narrative device, giving viewers an insight into her inner thoughts and reflections. The series explores relatable themes such as self-identity, first crushes, peer pressure, and the complexities of teenage friendships. Ginger's circle of friends, including the intelligent Dodie and the quirky Macy, provide a supportive network as they navigate the roller coaster of teenage life together. as told by Ginger, has garnered critical acclaim and a dedicated fan base, establishing itself as a beloved animated series. The show received praise for its realistic portrayal of teenage life. It stands out for its mature and nuanced storytelling, tackling sensitive topics such as divorce, anxiety, self-esteem, and loss, offering a level of emotional depth rarely seen in animated series. The characters evolve over time, facing realistic challenges and learning valuable life lessons along the way. Ginger's growth from an insecure teenager to a more confident young woman resonated with audiences, inspiring them to navigate their own personal struggles. As told by Ginger, creates a safe space for viewers to reflect on their own experiences, fostering empathy and understanding in a fun and engaging manner. My Life as a Teenage Robot, 2003. My Life as a Teenage Robot premiered in 2003, highlighting the adventures of a teenage robot named XJ9, also known as Jenny. Created by scientist Dr. Wakeman, Jenny is programmed to save the world from various threats. However, she yearns for a normal teenage life, which leads to comical and often chaotic situations. The show explores the challenges Jenny faces as she tries to balance her responsibilities as a crime-fighting robot and her desire for acceptance and friendship. Throughout the series, Jenny battles a wide range of villains, including the menacing Cluster and the power-hungry Queen Vexus. The best and the most popular part about the show is Jenny's close friendships with human teenagers, Brad and Tuck, who help her navigate the complexities of being a teenager. Whether Jenny is battling giant monsters or navigating the complexities of high school, the series never loses sight of its core message, the importance of staying true to oneself. Audience reviews have also been glowing, with fans flocking to discuss the show's unique blend of sci-fi and teenage angst. The show reminds us that even robots can face challenges with their own unique style. After all, robots have feelings too. Whatever Happened to Robot Jones? 2000. Whatever Happened to Robot Jones aired in 2000 on Cartoon Network. The show revolves around Robot Jones, a sentient robot attending a suburban middle school. Set in the 1980s, Robot Jones navigates the challenges of being the only robot among human classmates while attempting to understand human behavior and emotions. The series follows Robot Jones's interactions with his friends and classmates, including his crush on a fellow student. Robot Jones constantly seeks to improve his understanding of human culture, leading to both comical and heartfelt moments. Whatever Happened to Robot Jones may have had a short run, but it left a lasting impression on both critics and audiences alike. Each episode explores different aspects of teenage life, from schoolyard politics to peer pressure and societal expectations. Through its charming characters, nostalgic setting, and relatable themes, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones offers a unique and endearing take on adolescence and the quest for self-discovery. So, whether you're a human teenager or a robot-teen, don't miss out on this hidden gem.
Hello? Is this someone offering me a pre-approved credit card?
Sheep in the Big City, 2000. Sheep in the Big City, which aired in 2000, follows the comedic adventures of a sheep named Sheep, who's on the run from the military organization known as the Secret Military Organization. Sheep finds himself in the midst of a big city, constantly evading capture while trying to maintain a low profile. Along the way, he encounters various eccentric characters, both friends and foes, who add to the show's humor and charm. The series cleverly parodies spy and action genres, incorporating witty wordplay and visual gags throughout. What sets Sheep in the Big City apart is its self-awareness and meta-commentary. The show constantly breaks the fourth wall, with characters referencing their own existence in a TV show, adding an extra layer of fun and unpredictability. Also, the audiences especially love Sheep's goal, that is to find a place where he can live a peaceful life away from the constant threat of capture. With its unique concept, clever writing, and endearing characters, Sheep in the Big City delivers an entertaining blend of humor, adventure, and satire. So, if you're looking for a sheep-tacularly fun time, the comical disguises and clever escapes keep viewers entertained and eager for more. Pelswick, 2000. Pelswick is a Canadian-American series that aired from 2000 to 2002. The show revolves around Pelswick Eggert, a witty and determined 13-year-old boy with a physical disability, being confined to a wheelchair due to a motor neuron disease. The series follows his daily struggles and triumphs, addressing issues of disability, bullying, and the pursuit of independence. Pelswick's main antagonist is Boyd, a popular jock who constantly torments him. However, Pelswick finds solace in his supportive and quirky friends Ace and Goon, as well as his no-nonsense sister Kate and his eccentric grandpa. The show received positive critical reception for its portrayal of disability and tackling important issues. Pelswick himself is a delightfully sarcastic and quick-witted protagonist who refuses to let his physical limitations define him. Despite his limitations, Pelswick leads an adventurous life surrounded by a unique group of friends and family. The show addresses the realities of living with a disability, showcasing Pelswick's determination, resilience, and ability to find joy in life. The supporting characters, like the lovable goofball Goon and the grandpa, add layers of charm to the show. Teacher's Pet, 2000. Teacher's Pet is a 2000 series that aired on Disney Channel. The show follows the adventures of Spot, a talking dog who yearns to become a real boy. Spot disguises himself as Scott, his owner Leonard Helperman's son, and attends school with Leonard. Spot's secret identity leads to hilarious situations as he tries to navigate the challenges of being a student. The series primarily revolves around Spot's interactions with his teacher, the kind and understanding Miss Pepelinski, who encourages his enthusiasm for learning. With its unique concept of a talking dog, the show took the #1 spot on the TV screens very quickly. The catchy musical numbers, clever visual gags, and distinctive animation style added to its appeal. Spot's constant desire to prove himself often got him into trouble, especially when dealing with the school's strict principal, Mr. Jolly. With its clever humor, memorable characters, and engaging storytelling, Teacher's Pet delivers entertaining and educational episodes that celebrate the importance of embracing one's true self.
That ain't you. And say it!
Mickey Mouse, 2013. Mickey Mouse 2013 is a critically acclaimed series that reimagines the iconic Disney character in a fresh and modern way. The show features a series of short episodes, each presenting a self-contained story. Mickey, along with his friends Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Daisy Duck, Goofy, and Pluto, embark on various adventures in different locations around the world. From exploring ancient temples to navigating bustling cities, the characters find themselves in hilarious and unpredictable situations. The series incorporates a blend of physical comedy, slapstick humor, and clever wordplay, capturing the timeless charm of the beloved characters. Mickey Mouse has taken the world by storm with its hilarious antics and infectious charm. Whether it's Mickey trying to save the day from a clumsy calamity, or Minnie finding herself in a fashion frenzy, the show's quirky and unpredictable storylines never fail to bring a smile to our faces. With its vibrant animation style, catchy theme song, and witty storytelling, Mickey Mouse pays homage to the classic Disney cartoons while introducing a contemporary twist. So, grab your ears and join Mickey and his gang for a silly and goofy time. The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, 2010. The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes premiered in 2010, bringing together Marvel's iconic superhero team in an action-packed adventure. The show follows the formation and exploits of the Avengers, consisting of Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Ant-Man, Wasp, and many more beloved characters. The storyline delves into the origins of the Avengers, their individual struggles, and the challenges they face as a team. The heroes unite to combat a range of formidable villains, including Loki, Red Skull, Kang the Conqueror, and the Skrulls, as they strive to protect Earth from various threats. The Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes 2010 had critics and audiences alike shouting, "Excelsior!" The critical reception was as electrifying as Thor's hammer, praised for its engaging storytelling and faithful adaptation of beloved comic book arcs. So, what catapulted the show to popularity faster than Iron Man's suit-up time? Well, Iron Man's sarcastic banter and Hulk-smashing antics had audiences in stitches, while the noble Captain America and godly Thor provided the show with a touch of epic grandeur. On top of that, Easter eggs and references were sprinkled throughout the Infinity Stones, pleasing die-hard fans and casual viewers alike. So, before joining the Force, just remember, with great power comes great binge-watching responsibility.
Oh, look who I found! International music sensation, Sonny Bridges! Wow!
Class of 3000, 2006. Class of 3000 is an excellent show created by Andre 3000 of the Grammy-winning hip-hop duo Outkast. The show centers around Sonny Bridges, a famous musician who leaves the music industry to teach a group of talented and diverse students at Wesley School of Performing Arts. Each episode explores the journey of Sonny and his students as they navigate their personal struggles, discover their unique musical talents, and work together to create incredible music. The series incorporates various music genres from hip-hop to jazz, showcasing the importance of creativity, collaboration, and self-expression. Class of 3000, 2006 hit the airwaves like a meteor of musical magic, leaving critics and audiences singing its praises. The characters were a groove all their own. Sonny Bridges, the former superstar turned teacher, was the epitome of cool with his stylish outfits and smooth moves. And the students, they were a symphony of quirks and talent, each with their own unique personality and musical style. The show's creativity knew no bounds as they managed to incorporate clever references to music legends like James Brown and Prince. Class of 3000 wasn't just a show, it was a full-on concert experience. Camp Lazlo, 2004. Camp Lazlo is set in the whimsical world of Camp Kidney. The show follows the adventures of Lazlo, a free-spirited and optimistic monkey, and his eccentric friends Raj, an elephant, and Clam, a pygmy rhinoceros. Together, they navigate the daily shenanigans and misadventures that unfold in the camp, led by the strict Scoutmaster Lumpus and his assistant, Slinkman. The series delves into the campers' escapades, from daring competitions and outrageous pranks to the pursuit of badges and the occasional encounters with the neighboring camp, Acorn Flats. Camp Lazlo 2004 pitched its tent in the hearts of critics and audiences, creating a riotous campfire of laughter and delight. This animated gem had reviewers donning Scout uniforms and singing campfire songs in unanimous praise. But what truly set this show apart was its zany humor. It was like a slapstick bonanza with jokes as fast and furious as mosquitoes at a summer camp. From absurd situations to outrageous pranks, Camp Lazlo had punchlines that hit harder than a pillow fight. Camp Lazlo became a bona fide hit because it didn't just tickle funny bones, it celebrated the power of friendship and acceptance. We assure you that the show will leave you longing for schmore. The Amazing World of Gumball, 2011. The Amazing World of Gumball, 2011, invites viewers to Elmore, where the extraordinary lives of the Watterson family unfold. The show revolves around Gumball, a blue cat with a penchant for mischief, and his loyal goldfish brother Darwin. Together, they navigate the unpredictable trials of childhood, tackling school, friendships, and the everyday chaos that ensues in their quirky town. Gumball's family includes his imaginative and resourceful sister, Anne, their lovingly clueless father, Richard, and their fiercely determined mother, Nicole. What sets this animated series apart is its unique blend of animation styles, seamlessly combining 2D and 3D animation, puppetry, and even live-action sequences. The Amazing World of Gumball 2011 is a treasure trove of pop culture references that sprinkle the show with an extra layer of delight. The show pays homage to iconic films like Star Wars, Jurassic Park, and The Terminator, recreating famous scenes with a Gumball twist. Video game enthusiasts will appreciate the clever nods to gaming culture as it shows references to classic games like Pac-Man and Street Fighter. Music lovers too find themselves tapping their feet to the clever parodies of famous songs and artists, creating musical moments that are both hilarious and catchy. From a boy band parody reminiscent of NSYNC to an epic rock opera, The Amazing World of Gumball hits all the right notes. Animated shows have risen to unprecedented levels of popularity and have become a cultural phenomenon in recent years. These captivating creations have transcended age barriers, captivating the hearts and minds of both children and adults alike. The diversity and inclusivity portrayed in animated shows have struck a chord with viewers, offering representation and relatability for individuals from all walks of life. These shows have become a breeding ground for innovative storytelling, pushing boundaries and exploring themes that resonate deeply with audiences. They tackle complex issues such as mental health, diversity, and environmental concerns, presenting them in accessible and engaging ways that encourage dialogue and reflection. Online communities foster discussions, fan theories, and fan art, creating a sense of shared enthusiasm among fans. All in all, this cross-generational appeal has contributed to the enduring popularity and longevity of animated shows, and they're not going away anytime soon. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, and be safe. Thanks, everyone.